Ho ho ho, what's going on? This is gonna be a almond milk tutorial. So what we need to do for almond milk is that we have to soak the almonds first. So I'm just removing this little container right here. Oi! Right there. So this container I used to soak almonds. This is a milk bag which you will see me use later. Alright, where are the almonds at? Right there. Right there. Ooh, there's some candy here too. There's some candy right there. There's some coconut milk cream, which I didn't know I had. Right there. Oi. So these are almonds whole, steam pasteurized. I don't know what that means, but they're raw almonds. They're not cooked or toasted or anything like that. So I'm gonna throw them in that bowl and then put some water in it and let it soak for probably what, 6 hours? So give me 1 second. Actually, let me put the camera right there. So almonds right there in water. So I've put quite a bit of water in here. As you can see, it's about 60% water, 40% nuts. And we'll let them soak for 6 hours and we'll continue this tutorial. Alright. So as I was waiting for the almond milk to soak, which is all right here still, I got my little mic here that arrived from Amazon, and we'll see how this little thing works. It was only 60 bucks, which was perfect. Very small. Anyways, let's see if there's an audio difference. Alright, the mic is on. Let's see how this baby works. Woo! Okay, so it's been a couple of hours since these nuts have been soaking. So they kind of look like this. They're kind of puffed up, and then when you bite into them, they're very soft. So let's rinse these out. Alright guys, I'm back. The almonds have been soaking for a couple of hours, about 6 to 7 hours, and they're good to go. You can see that they're more puffed up. That means they're full with moisture. So how do you actually make almond milk? So almond milk is really just the liquid that's contained in this almond right now, but how do we extract it? We take a blender. Ideally a very high-powered, powerful one. I would say put 5 handfuls. The amount you put, it's all personal preference. The higher concentration of nuts that you have in here to water, you're gonna get a thicker milk. A thicker milk can be very dense and extremely yummy. Sometimes I like my almond milk with a lot of water because I can drink a big jar and it hydrates me as well as I'm drinking water too. So I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there. Let's grab this blender, plug it in, and here we go. Let's drop the lid on here though. In terms of grinding it or blending it, you want to blend it so that there's very few particles. I mean, this is a high-powered blender, so you can blend it so you can barely even feel the pulp. But for this one, so I'll just give this one maybe 30 seconds, which is a lot for this blender. But like I said, you want it to be as fine as possible. All right, that was a little bit more than 30 seconds, but that's okay. That's kind of what it looks like. You know, you don't see a lot of particles there. You can see the milk is already quite creamy. The next you want to do is remove all the pulp. So you get that super cream texture, and that's enjoyable to drink. Whereas if you drink the pulp, you're getting more fiber, and it's easier because you're skipping this step, but the drink is not as smooth. So I'm gonna take the nut bag, the bag that I showed you guys earlier. So this is a very fine mesh bag. When I put the almond blended mixture into this bag, the mesh is so fine that the pulp can't escape. It's only water that would drip down. So let's give that a go. So as you see, the milk is already dripping out. And then you can squeeze it with your hand. Well, you're gonna have to squeeze it with your hand because the mesh is very fine. And you just want the water to come out. Even water is difficult to escape through this mesh. That way you don't get any pulp in your drink. Okay, so it's pretty dry, and I'll just quickly show you what it looks like inside the bag. You can see it's very dry. This is all the pulp. It's very dry and sandy. So I'm just gonna throw this pulp out. All right. Wash my hand. So that's about it. That's all you have to do. And then what I do is store them in these glass jars. Wow. Look at that. Put a cap on it. Shake it. Beautiful. Beautiful almond milk. You can sweeten the almond milk with honey, maple syrup. Maple syrup works pretty well because it's so watery, so it's very easy to mix into here. I don't have any maple syrup, so I can't really sweeten it. Alright, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna make a couple more batches, probably about 4 more jars. But it's super easy to make. The cost of one of those jars after you've made it is probably $2, $3. It's such a good deal. Super high in nutrition. If you really get addicted to it and you're drinking too much of it, just dilute it with more water. I mean, it's packed. There's so much nutrition in one of those jars that I should have put more water, because if I do drink one of those jars, it's too much. Okay, all right, ciao.